What is going on, travelers? In today's video we are finally going to be making a main DPS Collei, I really don't know how to say her name, but Collei video. I think that is how you say it. So let's get into it. Now let's go ahead and break down her talents. I do have them at 8, 8, 7. And for her normal attack, she has a pretty okay scaling on her normal attack damage. Her charge attack damage is basically just like any other 4-star bow users, nothing too special about that. But what really interests me is her normal attack sequence. I think it is the best out of all bow users in the game. I don't know why, I just think it's cute and how she flicks it at the end of her 2 last shots, but I really like it, and it's a 4-hit combo, which really good. So I am going to be trying a driver comp for her in this video, as well as an aim shot one. Now for her elemental skill, basically she throws this big boomerang that does dendro damage. It does it twice when you throw it out, and it does come back, and Collei does not need to be on the field. When it does come back, it'll come back to any character. Now her elemental burst, she summons her little kitty. It does do an initial explosion damage that has pretty okay scaling. The duration will last for 6 seconds, and it will do leap damage of 64.9%. Energy cost is pretty low at 60%, and I honestly really do like her elemental burst. It applies dendro pretty fast. But now for Collei's first passive, when you do her elemental skill and before it does come back and you did a dendro reaction, you'll get this little thing around your character that will deal dendro damage equivalent to 40% of Collei's attack to nearby opponents for 3 seconds. Her second passive is when you do a dendro reaction with her elemental burst, it'll increase the duration of her elemental burst by 1 second, max 3 seconds. Now for her constellations, I have her at C1. Her constellations necessarily don't upscale for a main DPS, kind of more of a supportive side of things. So you absolutely don't need any constellations to main DPS Collei. It's just a little bit of life quality for her and her supportive capabilities. Now I do play Collei in 2 different ways. One, this is the first one, the charge attack way, which is why I do have her with the 4-piece Wanderer's Troop set. This set is really good for charge attack characters. It increases their charge attack damage by 35%. Plus the 2-piece increases elemental mastery. And EM Sands is really good as you want to up her elemental mastery as much as you can, because you do want to get that spread damage to maximize your damage on your dendro character. Now enough charge attack DPS Collei. Let's go ahead and do the driver team Collei. Really maximizing her attack, focusing on attack more since you are going to be normal attacking with her. Just a regular main DPS build. I did choose to go with an attack goblet instead of dendro or physical, just to give her overall damage with her elemental skill and elemental burst up as well. But in all sense, this set really works, and it's so much fun making Collei a driver. Now for weapons, let's first go over what weapons would generally be good in both a charge attack and a driver Collei. Now for the first weapon that I do want to talk about, and that looks so good on her, is the Viridescent Hunt. This looks really like it was made for her. Looks really good, but the crit rate substat is very attractive for her, easy to build around, and the passive groups enemies together. So that in all sense is a really good passive. It is locked behind the battle pass, which is the only negative on this side of the weapon. The next one is a Black Gift Warbow. It's an okay weapon. It's hard to really suggest this weapon because it does cost you wishes, but it's okay because of the crit damage. Substat, not necessarily the passive. A craftable one that works very well for both scenarios is the Hamayumi. This one's really good as a good base attack and attack percentage substat. The passive increases both normal attack damage and charge attack damage, depending on the refinement that you do have. So this is a solid weapon choice for both scenarios, and it's completely free. Now for the next weapon I do want to talk about would be the Polar Star. Now this is great because it gives you a lot of attack increase due to its passive. It's a crit rate substat, and it gives your elemental skill and elemental burst damage an increase as well. Getting those stacks with both charge attack or a driver Collei is going to be very easy on this weapon. Now the almost bow works very well because of its high base attack and attack percentage. Just a little caveat on this, it's going to be hard to build around since it doesn't have crit rate or crit damage, but this is a solid choice since it increases normal and charge attack damage. Now the Aqua Simulacra is a great bow for Collei since it does have a high crit damage substat. Now I know it does have a really low base attack for a 5-star weapon, but if you build her like me, stacking up that attack percentage, it's not gonna make that big a deal. Plus the passive increases damage. Now the Skyward Harp, it's a great stat stick, high base attack, crit rate substat, crit damage from the passive, and a little extra physical damage from the passive as well. It's a great bow in general. It's one of the OG bows and you might have one lying around in your inventory, and I will be using this bow for my Collei driver main DPS comp. Now the Rust is a really good for a driver Collei and the Black Pip Warbow as well. The Prototype Crescent I would highly recommend for a charge attack main DPS Collei, and it is completely free. Especially a high refinement, you can get her attack increase by quite a bit. So this is a really good bow and it honestly looks really good on her, and I'm pretty excited to try it on her. And I might do a video with her and this in the future. In all honesty, it just looks like such a great bow. Now the Hunter's Path is going to be her best charge attack weapon since you are going to be stacking Elemental Mastery on her. The passive is going to increase her charge attack damage, plus it has a subset of really high crit rate. This is just an overall great weapon for her, and it honestly matches her aesthetic as well. Yet another bow. Now for a Collei driver team, the Thundering Pulse is going to be her absolutely best options since its passive is so great on normal attack damage, crit damage subset, and increases her attack by 20%. Overall, great bow for them. I want to give an honorable mention to the Mitcher Knight's Vault. I totally butchered that. Since you are going to be normal attacking with Collei for a driver team, the physical damage bonus is nice and the passive as well. Now for my driver main DPS Collei, Skyward Harp is her weapon, 2-piece Shimenawa, 2-piece Glad. Now this is my charge attack main DPS Collei with 362 elemental mastery. Here are her stats on her, and the weapon is the Hunter's Path, and the 4-piece Wanderer's Troop being her best in slot charge attack set. Now this is the team I'm going to be using for a charge attack Collei: Fischl for Electro, Zhongli for Shield, and Kazuha for EM buff, and Swirling Fischl's Electro. This really gave Collei the team that she needed to really shine on her charge attack damage. You are able to swap out Sucrose for Kazuha because she does give an Elemental Mastery buff as well, and she does crowd control, and she's a Nemo, so be able to swirl Electro from Fischl. Now for a driver main DPS Collei team comp, I have Yellen, Jinkyu, and Albedo. Now I know what you're thinking, what is Albedo doing there? Well, for one, he gives a lot of damage off field with his elemental skill, and he's very cheap to build. Plus, when you do his elemental burst, he'll grant Collei 125 elemental mastery, with Jinkyu and Yalan being there, giving more of that bloom damage happening. He's a really good teammate for this team comp, and I really love him. You can substitute him for maybe Kuki Shinobu if you want some healing and hyper bloom action to be happening. Now I will have on the bottom of the screen an icon, either the Hunter's Path or the Skyward Harp, indicating which Collei build I'll be using.
Clouds high, the birds call.
15k on a charge attack, that's actually not bad. I'm pretty sure we can do a little bit better. 15k, really consistent damage. Hey, for a 4-star free character, she's getting damage in there in that big boss.
Into the wind.
Solidify.
Yo, she really didn't do that bad. I am super proud of you, Collei. Alright, now this is the driver team comp for Collei. Let's see how well she takes this guy down.
outlines your fate. Witness the power of Gugwa. Busted. No, my sword! Let me weave you a verse. Things are about to get dicey. Help!
Coming to be. Moment of birth.
Quietly now. Witness the power of Gugwa! Busted!
Stabilize!
By royal decree...
Fallen leaves, adorn my night! The wind knows me.
Gather! Midnight Phantasmagoria!
Stabilize!
Price this on the line!
Alright, so here is the real test, the Abyss. Let's see if she can actually defeat the Abyss as a main DPS. Let's go ahead and build our team. Where are you? There we go. We're going to go ahead and try the driver team comp first because I feel it's going to be a little bit easier with multiple characters. Second half doesn't matter. We just put whatever. Alright, ooh, the first buff seems really good for this team comp. So let's go ahead and choose that one. And let's see how she does.
This moment of birth.
Let me weave you a verse. Game's up. Fun's over.
Burst forth.
Gotcha. No, my sword.
Coming to be.
Rain cutter.
Feel this ancient power.
Price this on the side. Quietly now. Things are about to get dicey. Witness the power of Gugwa.
This.
Busted.
Burst forth. Witness my great undertaking.
Rain cutter. Gotcha. Just like we rehearsed.
This.
Here comes the catch.
Okay, I know it's taking a little longer than expected, but you know what? She's doing it, and she did it. Alright, let's see the charge attack version with the same floor.
Wind strike. Clouds high. The birds call.
Fallen Hammer, help!
As you wish, mein Fräulein. This is order. Gather!
One with nature.
Just like we rehearsed!
As one with wind and cloud.
Stabilize! Midnight Phantasmagoria. No rest for the... Solidify!
By royal decree! Try this on for size!
The wind knows it. Fallen leaves, adorn my night! One with nature!
Gather! Solidify!
Wind strider!
In all sense, my rotations are optimal, but she's doing pretty good even though she's taking a really long time.
Phantasmagoria!
Yo, I'm not even gonna lie, that was really fun to test out Collei in these two types of way. I will be doing a future video on her once she gets to level 90 and how well she's progressing. I'm really happy about this character. Thank you, Mihoyo, for giving out such an interesting character for free with an interesting lore and background and design. I think her design is super cool, and her history as well. Well, thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it as a small channel, and I hope to see you here again. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you on my next video. Thank you so much.